Angel Fisher. Angel Fisher, okay. This is cause number 329508. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Angel Elise Fisher. Ms. Fisher, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Fisher, thanks for being patient with us. Ms. Fisher, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Todd LeBlanc. First of all, Ms. Fisher, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing? Mr. LeBlanc, what is your announcement? Well, this case is on the court's trial docket. What's your announcement?
Judge, I got a message from my client that she was in a bad car wreck. She hadn't spoken. I've called her and then we hadn't been able to speak. So I don't know if the status of that is. I believe she's out of Houston too.
Okay. So what are you asking?
Judge, we're asking for a continuance.
State, you have any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Do we need to know whether or not we granted any other defense continuances in this case?
I don't recall doing that, Judge, so.
Hold on a minute, Ms. Fisher. Okay, so defense continues. Granted. No object. Okay, Ms. Fisher, your case is going, what's that reset date? Okay, this case is going to be reset for trial January 9th, 2023. Ms. Fisher, court is praying that you have a speedy recovery from your accident. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given notice of your reset date. You're free to go. Again, thanks for being patient with us, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right. Taylor Rogers.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes. There you go.
Your Honor, I can see a discovery certification.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Oh, you must have a different, okay, hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Mr. Who's the prosecutor on this case? I'm looking for the other.
I got handed this by the intake division this morning. Looks like maybe.
Is it, I don't think this is on the docket, because the, hold on a minute. Court is back in session and calls number 333-133. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Taylor Joseph Roberts. Excuse me, Taylor Joseph Rogers. Mr. Rogers, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rogers, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rogers, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Rogers, how are you doing? That's good. It can't be better than being blessed.
No, sir.
That's for sure.
Sir.
Now, Mr. Rogers, you're here represented by your attorney Joey Cantu.
Your Honor, my name is Skylar Parks. Joey Cantu no longer works for the firm. However, I'm here to help Mr. Rogers finish. up the
Okay,
case.
now what's your name?
Skylar Parks, Your Honor, Skyle
Skyle
ER.
Scholar.
Parks, Your Honor.
Parks.
Parks.
Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Parks, well, first of all, Mr. Cantu, your attorney of record is, I guess, did you do a motion to substitute?
I don't believe we did, Your Honor. I was told to be here today to help finish up the case, but if we need to do a formal motion to substitute, we certainly can.
If he's with the same firm, I don't know that we do. Motion substitute.
Oh, I just was asking if he had did one.
No, Your Honor, I did not, but we do work for the same firm.
Okay, now, Mr. Rogers,
Yes, sir.
your attorney of record is attorney, Joey Cantu. Does, now, Mr. Cantu is no longer with the firm that you hired. And so standing in now is Mr. Scholar Parks.
Yes, sir.
Does Mr. Parks have your permission to, represent you? I'm gonna stand in for Mr. Cantu in this case.
Of course.
Okay.
What else I can? Yeah, of course.
Okay, now, Mr. Parks, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you. How are
Yes.
you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Mr. Rogers, I have before me a document that is titled Information. Oh, this is 2019. Language in there. Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna have to Okay, we back on the record. In, clause number 333133, case of South State of Texas versus Taylor Joseph Rogers. Now, Mr. Rogers, this, I have before me a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about May 4th of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offense of obstructing highway passageway. Mr. Rogers, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Rogers, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? Are you pleading no con, is somebody forcing you to? No, I'm asking you the question.
Yeah.
Is somebody forcing you to plead no contest freely and voluntarily? Or is somebody forcing you to plead no contest? Or are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
I guess freely and voluntarily.
Okay. And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Do you want to go to trial or do you want to take?
Yeah, right, of course, yeah, yeah, that's fine, what, exactly what you just said, that's what I'm agreeing to, not doing that, what you just said.
Okay, so I just, let me just repeat it to
Yes.
clear up the record.
Yes, sir.
So you pleaded no contest, not only freely and voluntarily, but you pleaded no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges.
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir.
Okay, we got
It'll
it.
work either way. Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure that we
Yeah,
have,
for
that you
sure.
understand, okay.
For sure.
Now, Mr. Rogers, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. Do you recognize this document? Can you see it? It should be a document that, okay, now on page 2 of the same document, there are 2 sets of initials, should be 3, but there's 2 sets of initials. First set of initials is at the top here above the paragraph that is titled forfeiture of limitation defense. And it reads, comes now defendant and states that I forfeit my right to my statute of limitation defense as part of this plea bargain agreement. And did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And then the other set of initials, I think, is your attorney's initials, is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Now, at the bottom of the same document, there's one box that's checked. Next to this box that's checked, there's a set of initials TR that's on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest.
Yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
I did.
Now, well, this one shouldn't even been checked. You already have discovery certification here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a little check mark here. It's saying you're waiving it, and then you have discovery, so that'd be contradictory. So go ahead on and you can correct this here by. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, just erase that where it's checked. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Now, the next page of the same document, there are 2 signatures. Well, first set of, second signature says a defense attorney signature. Now, is this your signature on page 3 above the line that's titled defendant, Mr. Rogers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Rogers, on the next document, that titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled
Yes, sir.
defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this same document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case, and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Rogers, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Rogers, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned,
Yes.
did your attorney go over these documents with you?
He do.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything that he went over true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
You got the date there? David, what's that date?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Rogers, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State. I have before me States Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and States Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit. State, you like to offer States 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor, state officer station 1 and 2.
Any objections, Mr. Parks?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. States Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Parks, you have advised and counseled Mr. Rogers. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Rogers, you have been advised and counseled, first of all, by your attorney, your former attorney, Mr. Joey Cantu. Are you satisfied with the services of Mr. Joey Cantu?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that. The first one I had was Ornella DeSeta.
Okay, well, let me deal with, okay, so you was,
I only dealt with him twice over the.
okay, but just let this, okay, so the firm that you had, Ornella DeSeta, who represented you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the services of Ornella DeSeta?
I was.
Okay, and then she provide full, effective, and competent legal representation.
She did.
Okay, now the next attorney that you had after Ms. DeSeta, I assume, was Joey Cantu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you was advised and counseled by Mr. Joey Cantu.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Joey Cantu, did he provide you full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
And are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you are being represented, you've been advised and counseled by Attorney Scholar Parks.
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the services of Mr. Scholar Parks?
I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, let me ask you, Mr. Parks, you advised and counseled Mr. Cantu. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Parks, I will accept your plea of no contest. Excuse me, Mr. Rogers, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers was freely and voluntarily given, and I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days. The state is asking that the court suspend the imposition of that sentence, placing defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year, Your Honor, requiring defendant to pay a $1,000 fine to complete 60 hours of community service and to pay a $140 restitution to DPS Lab. We're also moving to dismiss in connection with this plea agreement, Your Honor, clause number 3. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Is it 326663?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Now, Mr. Rogers, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve this 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 12 months, which is 1 year. During that 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $342, which comes to a total of $1,342. You'll also be required to reimburse DPS $140 in restitution. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a year analysis fee of $15 each month. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $210 each month. Will you be able to pay the $210?
Yes, sir.
Now, you'll also be required to perform 60 hours of community service. You'll be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation, and cause number 326663 will be dismissed. Mr. Rogers, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes,
And do you accept the state's offer.
Yes.
Mr. Rogers, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Rogers, this will conclude your case. Mr. Rogers, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney and follow the instructions of our clerk. Once you finish following her instructions, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. Okay. Okay.
Maybe double check.
Troy Dore, you can take your mic off of mute.
All right.
Okay, we have two cases. First case is cause number 320439 and cause number 329389. Both cases are styled of the state of Texas versus Troy Joseph Dore. Mr. Dore, thanks for being patient with us. Mr. Dore, how are you doing?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Dore, your attorney of record is Mr. Bruce Smith, and Mr. Bruce Smith is currently in another court, and we have standing in for Mr. Smith, Mr. Brennan Mitchell. Does Mr. Mitchell have your permission to stand in for Mr. Smith in your cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Mitchell, what is the announcement in Mr. Dore's cases?
I don't have, I believe they're set for trial, Your Honor. But
Yes.
Mr. Smith is actually in sentencing right now in a felony case.
Right.
So I'm here to ask for a reset on it so that he can.
Well, I mean, he's in sentencing. I mean, obviously that case don't end today. This case don't start till tomorrow.
1 second.
And Mr. Dore is set, actually, he might jump, he has the oldest case on the docket.
Judge, what, they're going to sentencing. I know they're working on the charge right now. It's carryover from last week. I don't know how long the jury's gonna take.
Okay, well, I mean, we don't want to pick a jury till 1:30 tomorrow. Okay, so I need
It's
to,
still in trial. I'll be back over and I'll let you know for 1:30.
okay, so we'll just have him set, he'll be set on the trial docket. Now, Mr. Dore, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. For tomorrow, you need to be here for 1:30. This case is set for trial, okay?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if it changes, your attorney will tell you otherwise, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
1:30. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, thanks for being patient with us. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Mr. Paget, he's on Zoom now.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think, Mr. Paget, we have a case on the trial docket.
One announcement and one trial, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see, what's your announcement on, okay, I know I had put your, Flores, case, Mr. Flores, please come forward.
We're ready to approach on Mr. Flores now, Your Honor.
Okay. And, what's your announcement in Chris Flores case?
Your Honor, defense is ready. Mr. Shearer has been working on this case with me, and he tells me that he has attempted to email the complaining witness, and if the complaining witness does not respond, he will dismiss the case. And I don't know whether that connection's been made right now, but the defense is ready.
Okay, so, Chris Flores, what we'll do is just have it reset for tomorrow. You'll be back tomorrow at 1:30. Unless you hear otherwise from your attorney, if, for example, if the state, let's say the state dismisses the case today, we will inform your attorney will inform you.
Absolutely.
But in the meantime, you need to be here at 1:30 if the case hadn't been dismissed. So 1:30 on tomorrow. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. You have a blessed day.
Do I need a reset?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and give reset for tomorrow? Okay, and let's see, Mr.
Cody Henry, Your Honor, on your announcement docket.
You have, you got Ryan Epps too. Mr.
Your Honor, I do have
Uh,
Ryan Epps. I haven't been able to contact Mr. Epps
Is Ryan Epps present?
or heard from him
Okay,
in
just-
6 months or more.
Okay. We're gonna call the name of Ryan. Ryan Epps, calls number 330-514.
I made every attempt to contact him but have been unable to do so, Your Honor.
Okay, calls number 330-514, case of style state of Texas versus Ryan Van Epps. Ryan Van Epps was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 o'clock for the court's announcement docket. At about 9 o'clock, the court's bailiff called the name of Ryan Epps. Ryan Epps did not answer. Court's bailiff just called the name of Ryan Epps again, and the time now is 11:47 a.m. on today's date. Ryan Epps did not answer. Ryan Epps has not appeared in court since the court had been in session. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Epps an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, state move for bond.
That motion will be granted. Ryan Epps' bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number 330-514. Okay, next case for Mr. Paget.
Cody Henry, Your Honor.
We have Cody Henry.
He should be in the courtroom.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Mr. Paget, Cody Henry
Your
is
Honor.
next door in Judge Wood's court.
He's what, Your Honor?
His case is next door in Judge Wood's court. That's what the court coordinator just told me.
Oh, okay. I have I guess the case was transferred to court 3. Okay, no problem. If you could just could you ask Mr. Henry to step down to court 3 for me?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you very
Yeah,
much, Your Honor.
he's going right now.
Okay, have a great day.
All
Thank
right,
you.
You're welcome. Is that Portier?
Yes, that's mine.
William Portier? Court is in session in cause number 321-179. The case is styled the state of Texas versus William Ray Portier Jr. Mr. Portier, is that your full name?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Portier, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Portier, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Portier, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Portier?
Doing good, Your Honor.
That's good. Let's see. Mr. Portier, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information alleges that on or about December 18 of 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest, detention. Mr. Portier, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Portier, how did you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Portier, I have before me a document that's titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Portier, there's a set of initials. WP that's on the line that's next to a box that said guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
On page 2, excuse me, on page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
It is.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, that discovery certification.
I do, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Poirier, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Poirier, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
He did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Poirier, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor, state officer 6-1.
Any objections?
We have no objection, Judge.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Gertz, you've advised and counsel Mr. Poirier. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Judge.
Mr. Poirier, your attorney, Mr. Gertz, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his
Yes, sir.
representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes,
Mr. Poirier, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find, excuse me, your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the plea of guilty in this case, the state is recommending that the court defer the pleading guilty and place defendant on community supervision for a period of 1 year, Your Honor, require defendant to pay a $1,000 bond and to complete 80 hours of community service.
Okay, Mr. Poirier, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 for court costs of $352, which comes to a total of fine and court costs of $1,352. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $200. Mr. Poirier, would you be able to pay the $200 each month?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, and you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Poirier, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Poirier, I defer finding of guilt, place you on probation. Well, I accept the plea bargain agreement, defer finding guilt, place you on probation for a period of 1 year with the terms and conditions that was agreed upon. And Mr. Portier, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Mr. Portier, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay, Mr. Wheeler, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney John West. Attorney West, how are you doing?
Good, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. West, what is your announcement in Mr. Demetrius Wheeler's case set on the trial docket?
Still ready, Your
Defense? Who's it? I mean, not defense, the state.
Honor. Thank
It's really on that, Judge. We've been in discussion, I guess there's
We're gonna do jury.
state rate on the judge.
Ready? Okay.
The only issue I have, Your Honor, is I'm currently number 2 out of Judge Stevens' court. He's sending some cases over to drug court for 1 o'clock tomorrow, so I'll know. I'll be here. I'll
Okay.
either be here or there over here.
So you about number 5 here.
Okay, I'm number 2 over there, so we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Stay in contact with your attorney. We pick a jury scheduling tomorrow at 1:30. We probably won't know nothing until, I guess some of these cases may fall through today. I don't know. But,
If I move up, y'all let me know.
yeah, now if he goes to trial, you need to let us know
I will, yeah.
so that, yeah, all right.
Okay. sounds good.
Okay, go ahead. She gonna give him a reset for tomorrow.
Okay.
Mr. Okay,
and Holly.
online too? Oh,
I'm not sure about who's Holly.
okay, you got a Gaskin.
Gaskin's on
On Zoom.
Zoom.
We got Haley, she's here. Haley is here.
It's a he, I think.
He,
I'm certain it's his last name.
Musa,
Musa Holly.
Wakana, Haley. Yeah, we got, is here. Paul Quibido. This is cause number 329103. Case of style of state of Texas versus Paul Quibido. Mr. Quibido, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Quibido?
Very well, thank you.
That's good, Mr. Quibido. You're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Gerst. Mr. Gerst, what's your announcement in Mr. Quibido's case?
Judge, we're asking for one additional resetting in this case. If the state has no.
Keep it on the announcement. Do you have any
No,
objections?
good, no.
What, give us a reset date? October 31st?
I'm gonna be in trial in a
Okay,
specially set. in
give
Talbot
us
County.
another.
Maybe another week out from that. Sure, that's great.
Okay, now, Mr. Gertz, you could go sign for your reset. Mr. Quibido, your attorney gonna sign for your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. Case is reset to November 7th of 2022. All right,
Thank you.
and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Miguel Alvarado. Mr. Alvarado, this is cause number 329203. Case of style of state of Texas versus Miguel Angel Alvarado Jr. Is that your full name? Or Miguel? Okay, they got a, well, that's an AKA, so that it's not on the information. But it's Miguel Angel Alvarado.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Alvarado, your attorney is Mr. Ryan Gerst. Mr. Gerst, what's your announcement in this case?
Judge, Mr. Shear and I have come to an agreement to have a refiling for a Class B so he can do Veterans Court.
Okay.
He's been getting treatment from the VA hospital and is a decorated veteran. But I think it was supposed to be done this time, but for some reason it wasn't, so we don't have it done yet, but it's going to be done.
Okay,
So I guess we asked to reset it 60 days to get that nailed down.
give us a real date, your reset date.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Alvarado, this case will be reset November 28th, 2022. The attorney gonna sign for your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Musa Halley. You come forward. This is cause number 332162, case of style of state of Texas versus Musa Wakana Halley. Mr. Halley, is that your full name?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Halley, how are you doing?
Okay,
That's good. Mr. Halley, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gerst. Attorney Gerst, what's your announcement in Mr. Halley's case?
Judge, this is our first appearance in the case, and we would ask for
Go ahead.
a resetting in the case
Okay.
to both look at discovery further and also talk with the state about it.
Do we have bond conditions in this case? Could you check? We did? Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Halley, your attorney's gonna sign for your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. Next case is cause number 332284. Case of style of state of Texas versus Brandon Gaskin. Brandon Gaskin is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gaskin, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor, and you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Gaskin. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, what's your announcement, Mr. Gaskin's case?
Judge, we're asking for resetting this case. There's some video that I believe exists that we either haven't seen or haven't obtained, and we're asking for some additional time in order to get that done.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to November 28, 2022. Ms. Gaskin, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. This will conclude your case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor, you too.
Okay. Okay, you have a blessed day, Mr. Gertz.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Next case is cause number 329696, case of style of state of Texas versus Carl Hunter Wools. Mr. Wools is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Wools, you could take your mic off of mute. Mr. Wools, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Wools. You're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Scott Rennick. Attorney Rennick, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Rennick, what is your announcement in Mr. Wool's case?
Mr. Wools was already approved for the BIP program, Judge, and he's been actively involved in it. He only has a handful of classes left to have completed it.
About how many do you know?
He has 3 classes left.
That's fine.
So I would think probably 45 days just to make sure he gets it all done.
Yeah, we could give him a standard reset. That should take care of it.
Yeah, and and he should be done by that point. This case will be disposed of, Judge.
Give us a reset date. Okay, October 24th. Okay,
I think that's sufficient, Judge. And if it's not, I'll contact the classes, the court. He's just got to finish it up. That's it.
okay. So this case is gonna be reset to October 24th of 2022. Mr. Wools, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Mr. Wools, you're free to go. Thanks for being patient with us. And Mr. Rennick, I think this is your only case. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. That's the only one I have with you today.
Okay, you're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
You too, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. She's gonna stand over there. She already has the list. You stand on the X in front of our court coordinator and you'll be appointed a new attorney to represent you. He's on the trial docket, Brandon Jackson, page 1. Okay. We have two cases, cause number 323122 and cause number 323124. Both cases, Style State of Texas versus Leroy Harris. Mr. Harris, come forward. Okay, your full name is Leroy Harris. Mr. Harris, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Harris, I have before me two motions to dismiss that was filed in your case by the state. And I'm getting ready to sign the dismissals. Once I sign the dismissals, you can get a copy from our court coordinators. And once you get a copy from the court coordinator, you'll be free to leave and you have a blessed day. Please stand in front of the court coordinator.
Miss Maria, Mr. Kim was secretary.
Yeah.
She said she forgot to file the motion to sell on Mr. Walter Holmes case. So she can probably do that sometime today.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kim is gonna be coming over. I just signed the first dismissal.
Yeah, on Holmes, this other two is dismissed, two of them, but one of them, we do, have a, Mr. W. So will need
Okay,
a signature.
okay. We'll have to get, okay.